think we need to remember the family of the young man who died at the elementary school this past week. And, well, I think it was at home, but that's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Noyes?
Short game. I like that.
Mr. Bennett?
I got to give credit where it's due. Our sheriff's here tonight. He's the one that made me think about it. We met at a basketball game probably 6 weeks ago. He mentioned that the students in our school systems have done so good this year that the two governments all passed some type of resolution thanking the children. Yes, sir. Well, after all that, I got to thinking about that. Everybody has thanked everybody that there is to thank them. We thank state, city, county. You made a good point. Nobody's ever thanked the students. So to maybe do a little something extra, I was working with someone at the school system. I'll be honest, I started out with the biggest pizza party that there was, but I found out that got too complicated. You can't do 2,600. So the school system has come up with a plan for a way right here next to the end of the school that they could do something special. It would be like a Pride Appreciation Day for the students. I think since we're thanking them, we should pay for it, not the school system. Talked to the mayor of the city of Covington, and he said they would come up with their part of it. Total cost is going to be somewhere around $7,800. I guess we would do it on a percentage of what students are, or we'll come up with a fair formula. But I'd like to ask board members if we could go ahead and pass a resolution tonight, give Reed the authority to spend up to $7,800. I think it's going to involve ice cream. They've got frisbees for the little ones. I know we only put the middle school and the high school together, but how do you do something for them without the little ones? So we got them all. There's 2,400 of them, something like that. They're going to end up spending about $3 on each job. But we want to make a big thing out of thanking them for the way they come together in sports, academics, disciplinary. They did a real good job, and nobody's thanking. So I think it's time for us, small ways, say thank you to the students themselves. We may never do it again. We might do it just this year because it's first year. But how do I do that, Mr. Attorney? Do I wait the public comments over? I'd like for the board to take action on that tonight so the school system will feel sure the money's coming so they can order the supplies. Because we're going to run out at the end of the school. They have to do it earlier before the seniors leave, and that might be before our next board meeting.
Probably, don't you have to waive your policy and then do a motion to appropriate it?
That's what you're here for. Tell me. What do we got to do?
Well, that's what I would do if I were you.
So you need a motion to waive policy.
We only waive public hearings.
To have the administrator.
Mr. Chairman, I make the motion we waive policy and add this as an action item for tonight's meeting.
Okay. Have a motion by Mr. Bennett to waive policy for an appropriation, a second by Dr. Goins. Listen.
Mr. Bennett?
Yes.
Mrs. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Dodd?
Yes.
Dr. Goins?
Yes.
Mr. Nicely?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Garten?
Yes. Now I need a motion to approve.
I make the motion we authorize the county administrator to spend up to, we need to put a number on it, so let's stop it at $7,800 maximum, with the probability that reimbursement will be made from the city of Covington for their portion of it.
Need a second.
Second.
Second by Dr. Goins. Motion by Mr. Bennett. Melissa?
Mr. Bennett?
Yes.
Mrs. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Dodd?
Yes.
Dr. Goins?
Yes.
Mr. Nicely? Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Garten?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
How much was that?
It's only 100,000, please.
Squeeze his hand.
I'm running on for 8,000.
We on video from frisbees and drones.
Ms. Cox?
I just want to thank everyone for coming out. Very small crowd, but we'll take whomever that will take their time to come. Piggybacking off of that, we do have, it looks like at our seats, the invitation with the AHS class of 2024 and the senior awards night, the capping ceremony, and the graduation ceremony. So if anyone can make it to those, that would be wonderful. I will try my best to be here on the 14th. It's my son's birthday, but he knows that things come ahead of him for 30 years now. But also my daughter's twins are going to be born hopefully Friday. So if everything's good, I should be back in town. I will be back in town Tuesday for that. And but can I, I do have a couple people in my district that may have some questions. So does any board member mind if I refer them to them if I'm out of town so that they don't bother me?
I'd be glad to feel some
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
But thank everyone for coming out.
Dr. Goings?
Well, my thanks to the members of the press corps, and the only ones in the audience, although that didn't have to be here. Talking about birthdays, today is my daughter's 40th birthday. It's also the day that I opened practice in Clifton Forge, but that was a busy day for my wife and I. That's about all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Griffin?
I've got, talked to a couple of board members and I've talked to Reed. A few years ago, we got swindled into fuel tax at the state, 8 cents, Alleghany County. And I was in the NACO meeting over the weekend. I talked to folks down there. I don't know if I need to make a resolution and make an action item, but I'd like to, for us to get out of that agreement with the state and do away with that 8 cent sales tax in Alleghany County. There's counties that don't touch 81 being taxed at 8 cents. And everybody's pretty upset with it. And 3 years we hadn't had a budget coming from the state. They claim they got a surplus. They got all that surplus. Well, they need to keep pounding low-income folks out of money every time they get gas. And I didn't vote for it when it came before this board before. I've never been for it. I don't know if anybody feels the same way, but I wanted to get it out here in public.
Is this a sales tax on everything?
On fuel.
Fuel tax.
Fuel.
It's about 8 cents more on fuel, and that money goes to 81. Craig County, Alleghany County, Bath County, Highlands County, counties don't even join 81 pays it. It's because we belong to the planning district that joins, that's the reason we got snookered into it.
If we pass it, do we just tell the state we're not going to pay?
Well, we need to get other counties to come on board with the resolution, and we need to give our attorney and Reed the rights to go ahead and make motion to get the wheels turning and see how many other counties we can get to come on board. May not work, but I mean, they tax us to death. Yeah. You make it?
We have to wait policy?
Yeah, well, is it a policy waiver here?
I don't think so. I think it's just, yeah, to me,
Missy
it's
says
before you start gathering everybody up, maybe, as we were talking earlier, Britt, we want to make sure that there is some way to get out. So maybe directing Mr. Walters and me to report back at the next meeting.
Okay.
You just need a straw tally board approval?
Because I'm not so sure that in state law, I'm not so sure we can pass all the resolutions we want, but they won't carry muster.
We'll get it for the General Assembly.
You have to get it before the General Assembly.
I'm sure I was hearing that on there.
Yeah. I think you would have approval from the board to explore.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't need a formal resolution.
No, I'm good. I can see a consensus when it exists.
Motion to go forward.
Thank everybody for coming out.
Are you okay with that? That's what you're after, right?
That's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Again, thank you. It's a huge crowd tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Sheriff, good to see you. I want to say one thing, and we've been dealing with it with the budget, and it's EMS. It's emergency personnel, it's fire and rescue. I cannot say enough. I'm sure you all saw the Alleghany Journal. We had a warehouse in Iron Gate catch on fire yesterday. Was it yesterday? God, it drug on so long. Yesterday, it seems like it's been a week. Significant fire damage, thank goodness. If it weren't for those emergency personnel that were there, the fire departments, the rescue squads, they kept the damage to a minimum. It could have been so much worse. My heart pours out to those ladies and gentlemen that were there. They do not know how tremendously appreciated they are. Their timing, their effort, their work, their dedication, I got to see it firsthand, and I got to see it in a huge scope. And the things they do and the time they put in, I cannot say enough good things about our local groups of emergency personnel. And Jonathan's here, I just want to pass my appreciation on to each and every single person at each and every single location. I mean, it was a group effort, and they did not stop. And it looked like mice running around. There were so many people, trying to make a difference and control a bad situation. And they did so much. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank them, because they're not often as appreciated as they should be. And it just, I can't say enough good things. Again, so please, I hope everyone that sees this does feel appreciated, because it just to see it in action is totally awe-inspiring. With that, spring's here, outdoor activities, please be careful. You've got motorcycles now, you've got school buses, you've got, everything coming to an end with schools and the traffic and travel, and please be safe. With that, I will need a motion to adjourn to May 14th at 6 o'clock for our annual budget session. Motion by Mr. Griffin, second by Ms. Cox, all in favor? And we're done.